What is up, world? You are in tune to the KnoItAllz podcast. And of course, the real KnoItAll is back. Your man Mod here with my big brother. Happy birthday to Big G. What's up, Big G?
What's up, KnoItAllz? Good to see y'all and be happy and blessed to be in the land of the living for 49 years.
Yeah, man. And also, we here with my main man, Big Tate. Big Tate, how you doing, man?
Ma, what's good, man? Big G.
Yo,
I didn't forget it was your birthday, man. I just wanted to, get on here and today is your birthday. That's what I've been told. What a wonderful birthday. You're one more year old. On the cake, there'll be candles all lighted for you. And the whole world is singing happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
All right, Tate, yeah.
Y'all realize that's gonna go viral. I'm gonna get a record deal too, right?
An Emmy, Emmy, or Grammy, whatever they call.
All I know is that serenade was awful, but okay. Back to what we're here for, you guys. Back to what we're here for. Listen, it has been a great week of football, and y'all forgive me for the little raspiness that you hear in my voice. I've been out with COVID. Simply put, battled COVID for a month now. I'm back. Finally, have a voice. And I'm glad about that. But man, this football weekend was crazy. But let's start with a story that is just ridiculous. I want to say it. We were talking in the chat earlier, and I was trying to disassociate myself from it, but Tate wouldn't let it go. I'm going to tell you something. You know how when you get in trouble with your parents and they caught you dead to rights, and instead of, they don't really know that they know, but they know, what I'm saying? And instead of you like trying to just let it go and, hey, just taking your punishment, you press the issue. No, I wasn't over there. And then they catch you in something else. Well, that's kind of what happened to Lyle Collins. Lyle Collins, offensive lineman for the Cowboys. It came out today. It came out this weekend, one of the reasons why they suspended him for 5 games. And Tate, tell us about that, man. Why did they suspend this fool for 5 games?
Well, I think he would have just had a 2-game suspension if he didn't try and go deeper down the rabbit's hole, man. He tried to, they drug test him. He obviously failed the drug test, but he tried to bribe the drug tester to not report his drug test results. Yeah, man.
And even after that, the league had gave him the league gave him a 2-game suspension. But this guy feels like he took it upon himself to appeal it. We don't know why he got this bad information. And whoever told him to appeal it, they should never give him any information anymore. They should just tell him, hey, listen, he should just disassociate himself from them and this camp for good, period. What do you think about this, Big G?
Man, it ain't nothing new. This is what's been going on to 40 acres forever. Anybody that know about them Dallas Cowboys know there's some shenanigans go on down there in Dallas. That's what they do. I mean, let's go all the way back to their bowl days in the 90s, man. Don't get me started about the brothel that was owned by Michael Irvin. Don't get me started talking about the
Michael Irvin was hanging out in the hotel with Marion Barry. We know how Marion Barry get down in the hotel.
Yeah, don't get me started about the van of
come
weed
to my
that Nate
hotel.
Newton had.
Yeah, you knew I
This
was
ain't
going on
nothing
in that
new.
hotel room. Nothing
This
big, but
ain't
hey, play
this
big,
ain't nothing
win
new.
big.
Mods twin, Nate Newton,
Yeah.
playing
Hey,
Tony Montana.
a
Hey,
van
no,
full
while y'all
of
tripping,
marijuana. You hear me?
the biggest story of cowboy drug dealers is Sam Hurd, and y'all don't remember that.
Sam Hurd, yeah, he was in
Nate,
Chicago too. He was
Nate Newton got caught with weed. Sam Hurd got caught with bricks.
Yeah.
Sam Hurd was the man in Chicago.
Yeah.
Hey, he was trying to supply the whole team. That boy, he was ready, man. He was ready. But so that's a big thing. That's a big development. But let's jump into college football, man. This college football weekend was a telltale sign. I mean, you saw some teams who really introduced themselves to the rest of college football. Arkansas Razorbacks, they're for real. That's a for real team. They're not for play. What do you think about that, Tate? Talk to me about the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Man, the Razorbacks look good. I was watching them yesterday, and they beat Texas A&M. And the Razorbacks, man, had the best defense I've seen so far this year in any one game outside of Georgia's performance against Clemson. That defense yesterday was all over the place. And if you're not familiar with them, the quarterback, Jefferson, kind of a Cam Newton clone, big boy back there in the pocket, can run, can throw. And he got a receiver on the outside, Trayvon Burke, like 6'3", 225, dude, a beast. Going to be a first-round draft pick. They got some pieces.
Yeah.
Definitely. What'd you think, Big G?
Well, I mean, Arkansas is for real. Shout out to my alumni, man, from the Razorback University down there in Fayetteville. But I'm just saying, the only team in the SEC that's got a chance to go undefeated is Bama. But if Bama doesn't run the gauntlet, there's going to be a 2-loss SEC champion. I'm just flat out telling you, because there's so much information or so much stuff happening with that conference, man. If you look at the next games, Arkansas has Georgia, Ole Miss, Auburn, LSU consecutive weeks. They're not surviving. I don't care what nobody says.
Arkansas play Georgia next week. That's next week.
Next week, 10-2. The 12 o'clock game, Arkansas at Georgia. Yeah. So it's
got some good ball next week, then.
Yeah. Next week. Now, I mean, like I said, Alabama's the only team that's got a shot. But Arkansas, they prove that they're worthy, but they're going to get a couple losses on their schedule.
So you don't think the winner of Arkansas Georgia can go undefeated?
No, because if you look at Arkansas' schedule, after that they play Ole Miss, then Auburn, then LSU, and they still got to play Bama.
They still got to play Bama, and I don't think Arkansas makes it out unscathed, especially because Jefferson did get hurt. That's one of the things you saw Jefferson get hurt. And the young boy from Missouri City, Texas, he can ball, but he can't throw the ball the way that Jefferson can. He's a run threat. And with their offense, because they're doing a lot of the zone reads, and they're doing a lot of the pass RPOs. They're doing a lot of the RPOs. So they need a quarterback who can actually be a threat to throw the ball and run it at the same time. So I see Jefferson, and y'all are acting like Florida's not a good team. And I'm going to tell you something. That's another team in the SEC who's posing problems to the people that they're going to have to play. And guess what? Florida played Georgia this year. So Georgia ain't coming out of this thing unscathed either. You know what I'm saying? That cocktail party, it's going to be something.
Every year. Right. But even with Georgia, they play Arkansas. They still got to play Auburn and Florida. So it ain't, there's Alabama has the hardest road, but Alabama, to me, has the most complete team in college football. I think it's Alabama and everybody else. But Alabama's got Ole Miss, Texas A&M, LSU, Arkansas, Auburn still on the schedule, and a trap game with Tennessee. So it's not like that they, it's gonna be Cupcake City. I just totally believe that Alabama is the only SEC team that I think can run the gauntlet. I think everybody else is going to be like hit or miss, and I really do believe you're going to get a 2-loss SEC champion. If you look at strength of schedules, the ones who's got the cupcake walk is Cincinnati and Oregon. Oregon's got UCLA next in a couple of weeks, and Cincinnati and Notre Dame play Saturday. So that's an elimination game.
That's an elimination game.
Yeah. So I mean, it's but like I said, I think I really do believe the SEC champion is going to be 2 losses, and I wouldn't be shocked that the Big Ten champion has got 2 losses. I wouldn't be shocked. Tay, what you think, man?
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you. I mean, that Notre Dame Cincinnati game is going to be a what you call it? I mean, you just said it.
An elimination game?
Elimination game. That's the word I'm looking for. Elimination. But yeah, elimination game, man. And the North Carolina that lost twice already. I think about our college football preview. Some of us had North Carolina potentially making it. We had Clemson up there. Both them jokers have lost twice already. This September.
Twice.
Up out.
And it's September.
Yeah. And I'm going to tell you something.
So the ACC could not get nobody in if Notre Dame don't take it.
Yeah.
You're right on point, Tate. That was 2 of my points. One of my first point is the ACC's strongest teams don't look strong. You know what I'm saying? So, we're looking at the Power 5 conferences, and you're looking to probably get 2 in from. I mean, look at Penn State. Look at Penn State. Look at Ohio State. These are teams that could likely get in with 1 loss. You're looking at another SEC team that may get in with 2 losses.
Penn State plays at Iowa in 2 weeks.
I'm going to help y'all with something.
At Iowa.
You got Oregon. Oregon has to win out, and they're automatically there. There's nobody else on their side that's strong enough to even handle. But I got to say this, as a Big 12 fan, I hate to say it, but the Big 12, once Oklahoma and Texas play each other, and Iowa State all play each other, there's not going to be a team that comes out with 1 loss.
Iowa State got 2 L's already, right?
Right, yep. But it doesn't matter. They still got to play Texas. They still got to play Oklahoma. And I'm trying to tell you, when we have to see those teams mix it up. The Big 12 champion is not. I don't think they're going to make it or have the strength of schedule to actually make it. Even though you get an automatic bid, I still don't see them getting a big nod. So that's why I said I see from the Power 5 conferences, y'all's conference and the SEC conference are going to be the ones that I think get the nod from that. Now, back up. Just you don't believe in Baylor? Baylor's not for real, man. I mean,
they undefeated still in the Big 12.
They are undefeated, but you could play Abilene High and Bowie and still be undefeated. You know what I'm saying? You got to play somebody. You know what I'm saying? You got to play somebody. And Iowa State is the only person that they've played up until this point, right?
Oklahoma plays Kansas State, Texas, Iowa State, Baylor consecutive weeks in a row. And 3 out of the 4 on the road.
They're not coming out of this game.
And really, West Virginia should have won that game last night. I don't know if y'all was watching that game, but that false start when they had the ball like 2nd and goal on the 2, and they had to back up. They crumbled from there.
Listen to your boy. They're not coming out unscathed. Oklahoma.
No, I don't think so.
Unscathed.
I don't think so.
They won't come out unscathed. They're going to take an L. That's going to happen.
It's nightmare scenario for the playoff, right? Because if Alabama goes undefeated and everybody else got 2 losses, who you put in? That's nightmare scenario. They do not want that to happen.
If Notre Dame loses to Cincinnati, which could very well happen, I just want y'all
Cincinnati
to know.
Goes.
Cincinnati go. Well, see, Cincinnati had a trap game against SMU. I'm calling it early. SMU can beat Cincinnati, right?
I don't see it.
Go ahead.
I don't see it either. I just want y'all to recall, I picked Cincinnati in my Final Four. I remember that much of it. But I mean, I know SMU has a good football team, but I think Cincinnati got too much to play for. If they get by Notre Dame, then they know they playing for it all each and every week.
Let me help you with something, though, Tate. They always find a way to trip themselves up. Always. It's historic. It's gonna happen. It's historical.
It ain't never meant this much, man. Right now, Cincinnati the best football team in the state of Ohio.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And that leads me to my second point.
I agree.
That leads me to my second point.
Yeah.
College football. If your coaches is out here listening, I need to let y'all know something. Something that I've been waiting to get my voice back to say about college football. You cannot. There's the reason why you don't see a lot of okay, let me put it this way. In key positions like linebacker and safety, you've got to have athletes in that position. And you can't have headhunters or thumpers at that position who are not athletes. They have to be athletes. And we're seeing that come to roost in college football. You can't have slow linebackers in college football or the pros because of the simple fact that you've got tight ends now who are running sub 4.4s. And when you got tight ends who are running sub 4.4s, you need a linebacker who can go from one side of the field to the other and cover anybody that comes out of that backfield. And we're seeing across the nation, Clemson, Ohio State, Texas, we're seeing across the nation players who should not be at linebacker, and they're slow. You need athletes at linebacker in college football at this moment. What do you think about that statement, Tate? Talk to me.
Man, I agree with you. I don't think it's just because it's sub 4.4 tight end. It's because the game is a spread game now. So everybody spread out. So that guy used to have in the middle, that Mike linebacker, when everything was more inside the hashes coming downhill, you needed somebody to come in there and pop a fullback or pop a running back trying to come through that hole on the lead dive or something like that. But in today's game, with the spread, with 3-4 receiver sets, an H-back and stuff like that, those guys in the middle got to, like you said, be able to have that range sideline to sideline and have some get up about themselves,
Right. In the days of, you don't see AJ Hawks. You don't see them no more. You ain't seeing Luke Kuechly's. You're not seeing them no more. So you got to go to your athlete at that position. What do you think about this, Sean?
Well, I've been screaming it. The issue why my beloved Buckeyes is having issues and problems is because they pushing non-athletes on the field to play the linebackers positions, right? There's no way number 35 to play linebacker for Ohio State, they need to add about 25 pounds to him and make him a defensive end. He's not a linebacker. But now we got the controversy where you got linebackers who are athletes at Ohio State walking away from the program. Dallas Gant, transfer portal. Polk quit in the second quarter of the game because on the rotation, Al Washington put number 35 in the game versus putting him in the game. So come on, man. What's got to happen is that these schools and these universities that have these alumni that are tied to their boosters and stuff, you got to start making decisions with kids and being real with them about who's what and who can play what positions. That's the issue. And Ohio State's going to suffer until they get that fixed.
I totally agree. I don't think it's just Ohio State, Sean. Big G, I think, you're looking at just across the nation, man. You've got older coaches who love having a thumper at middle linebacker. And I'm going to tell you, it does not work. When you play a team who's fast, real fast, they're going to exploit you, and they're going to keep running the same play all day, every day, and dare you to stop it. And I would do the same. That's coaching for dummies. That's coaching 101. Stop it. If you can't stop it, stretch right, stretch left, stretch up or right up the middle. And I'm going to do it all day long and dare you to stop it.
Bubble screen. Also, it's all kind of stuff that having the slow guy in the middle is vulnerable to.
Yeah, man, absolutely. So moving right along, man, and getting past college football, man, we got this pro football weekend, and I'm gonna tell you something. Tom Brady, he took a hell of an L today, man. I mean, the Rams are for real, And I mean, I remember early in the program, a couple episodes back, we were all, the verdict was out on the Rams. We were like, I don't know. I did remember saying, and I do because I'm the chief know-it-all. If know-it-all listeners, I know everything. These guys, somewhat, they okay. But I remember saying Matthew Stafford was going to be really good for the Rams. I think he's going to be an improvement above what they had. I just didn't believe he was going to be like this.
Hey man, where's do you really get credit for that take? I mean, because let me ask you this: where's Matt Stafford from?
He's from Texas, man.
Okay, see, so I mean, you locked into that. You couldn't go wrong with that because you picked everybody from Texas.
Wow. Okay.
There's some validity to that, Ma. There's some validity to that.
God. See what happens when you come back? They gang up on you. They gang up on you. Man, I'm gonna be honest with you though. Seeing how he's made Cooper Kupp look, 2 times better, right? He's really opening. Higbee it looks all world. He looks like an all pro tight end. And then you got these other 2 wide receivers and Robert Woods, who wasn't a slouch before, but now, I mean, man, he's electric. What do you do? What do you do?
Hey man, but Deshaun Jackson giving them work too, though.
All the way back.
Let me tell you something. He was childish for stopping running. He was childish. You just don't do that to him, Deshaun. Don't hurt their feelings like that, man. But you seen Brady take some lumps today. You saw Gronkowski take some lumps today. I was really surprised at Giovanni Bernard, who's starting to work his way into the offense. Antonio Brown was hurt.
Yeah, COVID list, COVID-19. Yeah.
And remember, I told y'all that I text this in, and y'all see it in the comments. The team that's going to win this year, it's all dependent upon injuries and that COVID. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's going to determine it because the injury bug is hitting everybody. And speaking of the injury bug, how in the world is everybody on the Pittsburgh Steelers growing hurt? What's going on over here that y'all everybody growing hurt at the same time?
How them jokers playing? I think they was all masturbating with each other, man.
Yeah.
Because them jokers is trash, man.
Stuff going on in practice this week, man. I don't know who did what and how, but there was some foulness going on in practice. Man. Hey, Tate, man, let me ask you a question. Straight up question. This is for the know-it-alls. Does Mike Tomlin survive this?
Oh yeah, Mike Tomlin just signed an extension in the all season for like 3 more years. I mean, Mike Tomlin good. I ain't saying he don't have his faults. But are you gonna fire Mike Tomlin and get somebody better? No.
Yeah, I'm just hearing the chatter that's going on the social medias about Mike Tomlin.
People
ride with it.
This ain't Mike Tomlin's fault, you guys.
Yeah, it ain't.
You got a statue. I told you guys, you got a statue at quarterback, and you've got to get somebody in there to fill that role. He got support, but if you can't get rid of the ball, he holds the ball way too long. Your offensive line is not going to hold up. You know that.
I don't disagree with you. I mean, I didn't want to blame it on Ben. I'm not going to blame it on Ben. The offensive line could block better, but Ben do hold it too long. He's not accurate on his throws. And just to piggyback and touch on that Tomlin thing again, yeah. Mike Tomlin has won more games in his first 14 seasons than anybody ever. So, correct. I think an element of that with Pittsburgh, 1, as fans, we spoiled. And 2, the other part of that, I'm just gonna say it like it is. Part of that is just race related, man. You know what I mean? Fire the black guy. You know what I mean? Yeah. He got an identical record to Bill Cowher. Some of them same folks love Bill Cowher, and his record slightly better than Bill Cowher. Same amount of Super Bowls. Tomlin got more playoff appearances. It's just what it is. It's just something you got to deal with.
Yeah. I'm hearing a lot of that chatter. A lot of that chatter on social media about Mike Tomlin. And I'm like, I wouldn't care if Mike Tomlin went 6-11. He keeps the job, man. We just got, like you said, we got to fix the quarterback issue, man.
If Mike Tomlin got fired by the Steelers today, he have a job tomorrow in the NFL. Ma would love to get rid of Mike McCarthy for Mike Tomlin.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just wanted to mention LaShonda Gurley said true. She said true about us talking about the Steelers, and she said a gentleman knows when to exit. It's time to retire.
Yeah,
man.
my audio is tripping.
And you know, I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna say this, and I mean, I'm gonna say it flat out. I would pawn the boat for Deshaun Watson. What is it going to hurt y'all franchise? You know what I'm saying? I would pawn the boat. I would pawn the boat for Deshaun Watson. I'll just go out there. One, he's available. You can get him through trade. And, I mean, if you give up somebody a key piece, you get a key piece and a quarterback. You've got dog wide receiver. You got 2 all-world wide receivers right now. You have a decent tight end. You have a really good running back and offensive lineman who can run block, right? Yeah. If you had an elusive quarterback who can get outside of the pocket and make plays, you guys are going to make plays.
Hey, because Deshaun Watson was doing the most with the worst.
Yeah.
For his whole career in Houston thus far.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, like I said, I pawn the boat. I just go ahead and say, hey, whatever y'all want, y'all can get. Now, you know, there's certain players I wouldn't give up, but there's others that I would.
Would you give up TJ Watt?
No, he's one of those certain players. Even though he's over there doing them Chinese growing exercises, but I wouldn't give him up.
Then I don't know who do we have anybody else want. I mean, Minka Big G can't hear you, man.
Yeah, we can't hear you, G. Don't know what you did. But I don't know that you can give up. You can't give up TJ Watt, bro.
Can't give up Minka?
I would give up Minka. That's a sacrifice. Yeah, I would. Because think about this. There are teams who can outscore you and get into the game, right? But if you can't score with anybody, how can you you lost to the Bengals today, brother. You lost to the Bengals.
We lost and we look like trash, but the Bengals ain't the same Bengals they used to be. They're a little better.
I'm not saying that the Bengals are trash, but y'all have more talent than the Bengals. There's no reason why you should have lost that game, Pittsburgh. No reason. No reason. They started scoring after y'all's lack of scoring. And then Ben gave the ball away twice because, you know, he was scared. He just threw it up. Huh? He was screaming, oh, wait a minute. It was like a nightmare. G, you fix your mic? Nope. Still can't hear you.
Hey, Ma, it's kind of nice with this quiet from G, huh, man?
I mean, for real. Because, you know, he was probably finna say something. The Lord probably knew he was finna say something crazy and muted his microphone.
you Jesus muted.
Oh
but yeah, God. Man. What'd you think about the Justin Tucker field goal to put Baltimore over Detroit?
Yards. I'm glad you brought that up because that's one of the things I want to talk about. 66 yards, bro. You realize how far that is, Tate?
It's an NFL record. Y'all know it, yeah.
Oh my God. You know, but guess what? I'm glad you brought it up because guess where Justin Tucker's from?
Must use my context clues. He's a Longhorn?
He's a Longhorn. And he's been doing this ever since, you know, Justin Tucker is the person who beat Michigan. You know what I'm saying? With the field goal in the Rose Bowl.
Oh, okay. What year was that?
Vince's sophomore year. I forget what year. The year before we won
against
the
USC.
Championship.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, y'all got me in audio. Can y'all hear me?
We got you.
I can hear you now, man. G. I can hear you now.
We got you. Yeah, but the year before, what? So we won the 05 championship. So 04, he kicked that field goal. Justin Tucker has a leg, and he'll go down as one of the most accurate kickers in the game, man.
Well, he is the most accurate right now to date in NFL history.
Hey, that kick shouldn't have counted. Because if you go back and watch the thing, it was delay a game. They gave him 2 extra seconds to run the play. They should have been backed up, and he wouldn't have made that kick.
Okay,
that
so
kick
let's deal with this, man. I hate
the rest
the
was
officiating. Cheating. I hate the officiating this year. NFL officiating has been horrid. It really has. But to say, I mean, every game ain't just gonna come down to one play. There were things that happened throughout the game that led them to that place. Did they have more time? Absolutely. And it happens. You know what I'm saying? But Lamar and them got to win. And speaking of Lamar Jackson, let's talk about the Kansas City Chiefs, who they beat last week. And Kansas City losing again today to the Bolts. And look, I told G was over here talking to me. Oh man, they're not gonna win. They coming. Well, looky.
Oh, you talking about the Chargers?
The Chargers won today.
Oh, they some dogs. I got a gang of them on my fantasy football team. I ain't crazy now. Don't get it twisted.
And they should have won last week.
Sure should have. They should have beat them boys.
If for the fifth, the whole league would be drunk. So they listen. That if we not counting that, they didn't win. How about that?
Don't worry, Jalen Hurts gonna bust their head tomorrow though.
That's a blowout. That's a blowout.
Wow.
That's a blowout.
Ooh, Homer is back. Homer is back.
Yeah, there's no way in the world that the Cowboys is going to blow the Eagles out tomorrow. That's not going to happen.
Hey, listen. You want to know what the score? Final score tomorrow is 42-24.
42?
We put up 40 on them.
Oh, no.
It's a blowout.
No.
It's a blowout.
Man, come on, help him out, man.
Let me help you
hey, man, I ain't gonna say nothing. It's on tape. When the score be like 21-18 or some stuff like that, he gonna remember that we scored 40 on them.
Their defense cannot stop the Cowboys. Cowboys have one of the best offenses in the league. Argue that if you want to. And their defensive front can get pressure, right? But let me say this. Tampa Bay didn't get pressure. Joey Bosa and them didn't get pressure. So I don't see nobody across that line that is like them of that caliber.
Javon Hargrave, Josh Sweat, they gonna get pressure on Dallas. And then the thing is y'all gonna be able to contend with Hurts and Miles Sanders and Devontae Smith and all them guys. Yeah.
We just played the GOAT and Tom Brady, one of the best up-and-coming quarterbacks in Herbert. We're not worried about this youngster who listen, Jalen Hurts, I'm proud of you. Young brother, get yours. You know what I'm saying?
Where he from?
He from Texas.
You could be in trouble, right?
He's from Texas.
Whole team.
He's from Texas. And he has a great father. His father drove from Texas to Alabama to watch his games all the time. Man, that's dedication. I love that kind of stuff. But we finna beat you like a drum, though. You have no chance. You have no chance.
I will say this. One thing that's been shown already is that the NFC least is the worst division, like me and you said, Tate. They some scrubs over there, man.
Man, why you keep fading out, man?
I don't know. That's just pure.
Because Jesus getting at him too. He's saying that ridiculous stuff.
Yeah, but the NFC East is horrible, man. The NFC East is horrible.
Listen, horrible. The pride of the NFC East is the Cowboys, and we will be 2-1 after tomorrow night.
So if Dallas lose tomorrow and they're 1-2, who's the best record in that division?
So
Philly will be 2-1. It's for first place.
Dallas will be 2-1 tomorrow night, and it, like I said, it won't be close. 42-24. It's gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be a blowout. We're gonna hang it on their back coming the second and the third quarter is going to get ugly. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, in defense of the Cowboys, I will say this, and I'm being honest when I say this. Dallas found a player in number 11, Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is can be a top 5 or 6 linebacker at the end of the season. In the
I agree with you, but here's the thing. He just ended up with them. They would have took J.C. Horn or the kid from Alabama.
Yeah.
Surtain.
Yeah.
You know, so the fact that they both went back to back ahead of Dallas, then we got to take Micah Parsons. They didn't really want to though.
Yes.
But
take
so I can't. No, they got one. They got one. They didn't find one.
But listen, we're not talking. See, here's the thing. This is what I don't like. This kind of stuff I don't like. That stuff I don't like. I'm just saying, listen, you guys will sit here and debate what we have. Forget about how we got it. It's what we got. I got it. It's mine. Right? So just like what Big G said, you're looking at one of the most moving forward, barring injury. This guy is going to be a star in this league. You saw a youngster who played outside linebacker mess around and go to defensive end and live in the backfield. What he did was in his last game against Justin Herbert and that offensive line, if he put a sack lunch at the quarterback, which he went and got something out of on every play.
Big Ten country.
Every play.
He's from Big Ten country. Just want you to know that.
Yeah, Micah Parsons.
Big Ten country.
Actually, the truth about Micah Parsons, that's one of those players that because of that linebacker room with garbage Al Washington and Kerry Combs, we missed on Al Washington. I mean, we missed on Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons was supposed to have been wearing that scarlet and gray, but because of some bias that was going on in the locker room and they recruiting guys like Tuff Borland and Pete Warner, they allowed Micah Parsons to walk and go to PSU. But he was supposed to have been wearing the scarlet and gray. Believe me, you can do the research and check it out for yourself.
You see how everything comes back to Ohio State.
Oh, I'm telling you something.
Look at the shirt he's wearing. Look at the shirt he's wearing.
Al Washington, Kerry Combs listen, at the end of the season, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's the same colors for us at the crib. but at the end of the season, if Ryan Day does not fire Al Washington and Kerry Combs, we got problems. Because they miss on too many guys on a recruiting standpoint, and then you look about the guys that they do miss and where they end up at and what they end up doing. There's no way Micah Parsons should have not been a Buckeye. There's no way.
I'm gonna stick to the pro football, man, but keep it Ohio State for you so you can talk about what you want to talk about. But what do you think about Justin Fields today, man?
Growing pains and hot trash. Growing pains and hot trash is going on with Justin Fields. But you know what, though? The issue is I don't think the spotlight is too big for him. It's just the issue is Justin Fields was in a set or program at Ohio State where he didn't have to read defenses. Now it's time for him to start studying. He can't be standing on the sideline holding his shoulder pads and stuff like this, and not with one of those clipboards diagnosing plays and trying to figure out what's going on. He needs to get with his offensive coordinator, and that's all he needs to do. Go study defenses, study plays, pick up on tendencies, and learn how to read a defense. If he does that, he'll be fine. If not, you can have a bust. You can have a bust. That's my take.
It's way too early for bust, man. I mean, he definitely do need to, get in the film room, get more reps under his belt. I think he has the talent. He just got to bring it all together. So I mean, today wasn't a good day, but I still think he's gonna be a guy. He's gonna be a dude.
And I believe so too. And my reasoning behind that is that it takes reps. It takes reps, you guys. You got to get reps, and I'm not talking about practice reps. You got to get game reps to be comfortable with what you're doing and how you're doing it. And I think Justin Fields will be okay. You just ran up against a buzzsaw today, and it's different. It's different when you got people out here hunting you. You're a marked man. It is what it is, and that's why I respect.
You got Myles Garrett and Jadeveon Clowney trying to kill you on every play. That's
trying to kill you on every play.
They weren't trying to hurt him. They was trying to kill him.
9 sacks, bro. 9 sacks. They got 9.
Where Myles Garrett from?
Texas A&M, but he's from Texas. He's from Houston. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I mean, we produce pros down here in Texas. What can I say? What you want me to say? You know what I'm saying? That's what I do. But listen, so lastly, as we're getting ready to transition, because we got Sunday Night Football coming out, man, Tate put something out about who was the top MCs in the Take Tuesday. I love talking about this kind of stuff because of the simple fact that it's all relative, right? I mean, you can love who you love and like who you like, and you can make a case for a little bit of everybody. But given these rules, culture, what they meant to the culture, record sold, and lyricism, who's your top 5 MCs? Give them to me. Give them to me, Big G.
My top 5?
Your top 5.
Man, it's a lot. It's a lot about to go down in here, man. It's a lot because I know I'm gonna get criticized and all whatever else, man. Because
and know it all, listeners. You got the comments. Put them in the comments. Go ahead on YouTube.
You like MC Hammer, Big G?
No, heck no. But listen, I do got a bias and a preference. None of these guys that what I'm going to say right here does not apply to the top 5. But I do got a bias and a preference about a particular set of people. When I say collectively, the Wu-Tang Clan is the best rap group that ever got put together ever. Collectively, from top to bottom, rappers, they the best. I argued off camera about Mod with a whole bunch of other people. But the Wu-Tang Clan, come on. But they collectively, they're the best. But in the top 5, none of them. But together, they the real deal, man. The Wu-Tang Clan. For all y'all youngsters out there and all whatever else, you want to hear about lyrics and all, you need to go back and archive some of that Wu.
Man, come on with the top 5, man.
I know, man. I mean, he just sitting up here trying to argue.
Because I feel some kind of way because I can't put none of the Wu in the top 5, right? I'm gonna say
so you got a whole bunch of average rappers that make a decent group. Is what you're telling me?
Make a really good
average.
group.
If they had solo careers, they would be up there.
Well, they did. Method Man did. Raekwon did.
And Method and Raekwon and Ghost. Method, Raekwon, and Ghost are the best, and Genius are the best MCs inside of.
You better not sleep on Inspector Deck. You better not sleep on Inspector Deck.
And they're not even in the top 20.
All right, Big G.
So go ahead.
We spending too much time on Wu-Tang.
I'm gonna say Hov. I mean, Hov got to be number 1. Hov 1. I'm gonna say Big 2. I'm gonna say a dark horse at 3. No, I'm gonna say Tupac at 3. Then I'm gonna say a dark horse at 4 with Big Daddy Kane, lyricist wise. Big Daddy Kane was a monster.
But listen to you didn't remember what the credentials was.
What's that?
Contribution to the culture.
Yeah.
Lyricism and record sales.
Yeah, those 4. And then I'll say number 5.
Does Big Daddy Kane have record sales?
But Big Daddy, the culture, bruh. Without Big Daddy Kane, there's no LL. Without no LL, there's no.
LL was way before Big Daddy Kane, man. What are you talking about?
No, Big Daddy was rapping before LL.
Big Daddy and LL were right there next to each other. But Big Daddy didn't have nothing to do with LL. But anyway, finish your list because we need to move on.
So I'm gonna say, like I said Hov.
You said Hov, Biggie, Tupac.
Yeah,
Big Daddy Kane. We waiting on number 5.
That's a hard one, man. I'll maybe say maybe Andre 3000. I'll maybe go with Andre 3000.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Tate, give it to me, baby.
Man, Jay-Z is number 1.
Yeah, Hov.
He is.
Yeah.
I mean, he been, you know, he filled that void when Pac and Big both left, you know. So about, you know, Reasonable Doubt 96 on to now, he just been that guy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, lyrically, album sales, Grammys, culturally, what he's done for the culture, you know. So he's an easy number one. Number two, I'm gonna go Rakim, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just Rakim from back in the day, and you know the rappers he's inspired. You know what I mean? And been a mentor to, and their voice and their flow. I gotta go Rakim number two. Number three, I'm gonna go Pop. And four, Biggie. And my number five, just to give a little something to the current rappers, man. I like his style, man. I'm gonna go with my boy J. Cole, man. I like J. Cole.
Yeah.
I like it. But I can't separate in depth. I can't separate Big and Pac. So that's 1A and 1B for me. Big and Pac, they would share that spot. The second would be occupied by Jay-Z, of course. Jay-Z is, you know, Jay-Z. The third for me would definitely be Eminem. If we're talking about, you know, culture, we're talking about lyricism, he's up there. He's like that. You can't argue.
Eminem.
You know what I'm saying?
He probably 6 or 7 on my list.
Yeah. Then number four would definitely be, if we're talking about the culture and expansion and we're moving, to me, that number four would be LL Cool J. If you think about what he's done for the culture, the movies, the music, album sales, everything, you know, he's been around it and done it.
But you know, man, I think it's a whole. I think everybody you name, we know, everybody know them as rappers, right? I feel like it's a whole generation or two of people that don't know LL Cool J as a rapper. They know him as an actor.
Don't take away from what. And
is Ice
movie,
Cube better at what? If you compare Ice Cube and LL, who's better? Movie sales, culture, all whatever else.
LL.
I mean, come on, man.
LL. Cube is there. I mean, Cube is there. I mean, LL. To finish out my list, man, it's definitely 3 Stacks. Andre 3000 is, you know, he's a part of the best rap group ever.
Never.
I mean, the best rap group ever is Outkast. I mean, when you got a diamond album, and it just, come on, dog. We don't even need.
Yeah, but go ahead.
Outkast, the best rap group ever. I mean, they really good.
Ever.
They really good.
Even
hey man, you know,
Boys and UGK ever.
Man, so what you gonna do about NWA, man?
Right, and the
NWA
NWA
is there. NWA is there. I mean, if we were going top rap groups, it would be Outkast, it would be Wu-Tang, it would be Tribe Called Quest, it would be NWA, and then it would be the Ghetto Boys for me.
Wow, man, you know what NWA did for music, hip hop, gangster rap, West Coast. They gave you Eazy-E, Ice Cube, Dr. Dre. One group
actually gave us
Ice Cube, and then spawned the D.O.C. and Snoop.
Yeah,
spawned them.
Yeah, Snoop. If we're talking about Dre spawned Eminem, Snoop, and 50 Cent, and Game, and Kendrick Lamar. So I mean, Dre is responsible for West Coast hip hop over there. You know what I'm saying?
Without NWA, you don't have none of that.
I argue that you still.
And
have
I want to ask you.
Hold on, World Class Wrecking Crew came out before NWA, so you would have had Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre was producing and making music. You remember the glittery suit?
Yeah. He won Dr. Dre then though, was he?
He was Dre with Dr. Dre.
Nah, I think he was called something else, man.
He wasn't making hip hop.
Him and Yellow was in Lipstick and Lace, according to Cube. Yellow say he was in Lipstick and Lace. That's what
I want to ask Ma the question about his list. What's the distinguishment between 1A and 1B with Pac and Big? Do that mean like they tie, or is One of them 1A and one of them 1B.
It means they're tied. I can't decide in between. Big he had a small size, he didn't have a lot of work. Pac did a lot of work in the studio only because Pac lived in the studio and then went out and partied at parties and stuff. Pac had, 4 or 5 hits on him. And I'm not talking about records, like people wanting to kill him. They put contracts on his head because all he did was record and party, and he rubbed people wrong. You know what I'm saying? So he knew he was going to die at an early age. And his work size was bigger, right?
Right. His portfolio of work.
But just because it was bigger, don't make it better than what, Life After Death, Ready to Die. Those were classic records.
Classics.
2 classics.
What was Pac's best record?
All Eyes on Me. That was his best one. And then the next one would be Tupacalypse Now.
Yeah, I was about to say.
My favorite Pac is Me Against the World.
Oh yeah,
Me Against the World would be third.
Pre West Coast. Oh yeah, Me Against the World. So many tears. I mean, come on, man.
So many tears.
Dear Mama.
Yeah.
Yep. Brenda's Got a Baby. All that.
Brenda's Got a Baby was on Tupacalypse Now, though.
Yeah, it was on Tupacalypse Now.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But like I said, all I'm saying to you is I can't distinguish between them two because they were great. And then Jay-Z has to be too because Jay-Z is an extension of Biggie style. Jay took Big style and built it out. You know what I'm saying? He was the evolution of what Biggie would have been.
Jay-Z was writing for your boy Big Daddy Kane back in the day too.
He was.
That's one of the reasons why I made
Kane
Hove
brought him
1.
on stage.
Right. That's one of the reasons why I made Hove 1 because Hove was a ghostwriter. That a lot of people don't know that's how he got started. He was a ghostwriter.
And see, so when we start talking about, I heard somebody say this, and this is the reason why I brought it up, and then we're gonna go after we, do this because we have to. I heard somebody talking about Drake. If there was a Michael Jackson award, Drake would get it because for the last 10 years, there's nothing that he hadn't touched that ain't blew up. And I would really have to agree for 10 years, it's been Drake and nothing but Drake.
Can I disagree? Pharrell Williams. But keep going. Keep going.
Pharrell ain't even no rapper, man.
You see how I looked at him? You see how I looked at him? I mean, for real.
They blow up.
I was just in the barbershop on Thursday, man, and these cats that's like about born in 85 up to 89, 90, around that, they in their early mid-30s now. They love Drake, man.
Yeah.
They was clowning. They was clowning like Ice Cube, and they was clowning. I'm like, come on, man.
My question is, can you be a great with a ghostwriter? Well, can I consider you a top MC? And because that's what MCing is about, writing your own lyrics. Nas to me is over Drake. But the thing about Drake is Drake got so many hits. And see, in my mind, this is why I brought the conversation up. Drake is just like Jay-Z is. Drake built off of Wayne style and really built it out. He built his rhyme pattern and everything after Lil Wayne, but the only difference is he could sing, right? And the only person that's been even close to Drake at this moment is Chris Brown. But Chris Brown, what is Chris Brown gonna do when Drake start rapping? You know what I'm saying?
Hey man, you just made me think about something else, man. When did Rihanna get $1 billion, man?
She's a billionaire.
With them hits.
Max Kardashian said Drake makes people cry, top tier.
Hey, I'm feeling Max. I'm feeling him, man.
And how did you relate, Drake and Jay-Z? You said because Drake built off Lil Wayne, so what are you saying Jay-Z did?
Jay-Z built out his style from Big. He took off where Big left. So if you look at it, him and Biggie were the same rapper. You know what I'm saying? And when Biggie was gone, you know what I'm saying? When Biggie was gone, he was out of here. He just kept making those same type of hits, right? And so the evolution of what Big would have been, you see that in Jay-Z, just like the evolution of Lil Wayne is Drake, but Drake can actually sing.
But Lil Wayne took Drake under his wing. You know, Jay-Z didn't ever have Big necessarily do that for him. I mean,
Big actually did start bringing Jay into the fold.
Well, they did some tracks and stuff together. You know what I mean? But not like Lil Wayne was invested in Drake though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah,
and then you gotta remember Jay-Z was around from Hawaiian Sophie fame too, man.
Right, but Jay-Z created his own label, right?
For sure.
Drake came under Wayne's label, courtesy of Rap-A-Lot. Most people don't know that Drake is a Rap-A-Lot artist. You know what I'm saying? And that's because of the simple fact that J. Prince Jr. found Drake and took Drake to Lil Wayne. So there's that connection right there.
Hey, before we go, can I say something on your turf?
Go ahead.
Lil Flip, the best rapper in Texas history.
Lil Flip. Get out of here, man.
Lil Flip, baby.
Lil Flip.
Get out of here. Scarface is the best rapper. And listen, he's inside of my top 10. Scarface is. And I don't think anybody would argue me on that. I mean, if you know anything about rap, how's
Face doing?
He's recovering, man. His son gave him a kidney, and it's dope. It was dope to see. You know what I'm saying? His son step up, take care of his father. But it looks like he's recovering.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, you guys, man, it has been great coming back and being a part of the KnoItAllz again, man. I miss you guys. I miss all of our audience. Thank you guys for tuning in with us this weekend. We know that your time is valuable and precious, but do us a favor, man. Like and subscribe on everything you see on Facebook, on Twitter, on Twitch, on YouTube. Make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to us, man. And tell us what you think. Go ahead and drop a comment. We always love to hear, from the people who are listening, because y'all are who we do it for. You guys have any parting shots?
Just to follow us on our new Twitter account, the KnoItAllz podcast. Shout out to all the fellas in the Best Damn Sports group. We do a lot of posting stuff in there and put them video links in there. Thank y'all for having us. And just, one more shout out to the homie Big G. Happy birthday, big fam.
Happy birthday, G.
That was going to be my parting words, y'all. My mic went out because my phone sunk with my microphone all of a sudden. And I got people calling me and texting me and doing everything you can think of for my birthday. I'm telling you straight up, I just had to stop another call from coming through. So I'm overwhelmed and grateful and thankful for the amount of love and appreciation I've got from our viewers on Facebook and all the other social media things about celebrating my birthday. People don't have to do nothing for you. So when they take the time to go out and Max, hey, I ain't 65, Max. I ain't 65. I'm getting close to that 5-0, but I ain't 6'5" yet, right? But
hey, man, so you, how old are you?
49. 49.
How old are you, man?
I'm that old.
How old? I know you're younger than him but you probably 47. I'm 46 maybe.
He don't want to tell. He don't want to tell.
He was born in 75.
Yeah.
It's 2021.
I'm the youngest guy. I'm the youngest guy on this podcast.
Well, all right. Well, tell me this then. Since you said that, y'all tell me who on here, who both y'all big homie then. Who the big homie?
Oh, you are. You got me by 3 weeks. You got me by 3 weeks. By 3 weeks.
Okay.
We're both born in September. He's born at the beginning of the month, and I'm born at the end of the month.
Let me tell y'all something. And this is real. This comes from the heart. I love both of these guys, and it's great to be able to do a podcast and talk about the things that you love with people who you really love and care about, man. You know, we have a history together. We go back way back, like four flats on the Cadillac. My real spade partner in life for life is Kevin Tate. I will not play dominoes with my brother ever again in life. He'll never be my partner. He has embarrassed me one time too many, and I can't do it. You know, me being the domino king. But
hey, Ma, who was that we used to whoop on all the time in spades back in like the summer of 95, 94?
Man, look at that. Look at the dude in the top right-hand corner. Anytime.
Hey, KnoItAllz podcast, they were cheating. They had signals and everything. Don't you believe it?
No, let me tell you something.
Random partner from the side, somebody like Sweet Tea or something like that. And them brothers had signals worked out and everything.
That's the pot calling the kettle black from somebody who can stack the whole deck. But we won't talk about that. What we will do is say peace, and we'll talk to you guys next week.